Hello and welcome to Homebrew Adventures, the RPG show where we take wannabe adventurers and take them through a one-shot adventure created by you, the listener. I am your Dungeon Master, Corey Keller. Join me every episode where I take our group of heroes who like to dungeons and sometimes dragons, and we will see if they survive. Do they have what it takes? Is your adventure challenging? Let's find out on Homebrew Adventures. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Homebrew Adventures. I'm your Dungeon Master, Corey.
And I am your best friend, Charlie.
I am Lauren as Turk.
And I'm Cameron as Barakarov.
And we are back at you for another episode.
Wow, he's so official.
Yeah.
With the character
I
name.
mean, he's first and last name.
Barack for president.
Mm-hmm, pretty much.
So you run in 2018?
I am. Yeah.
All right, you heard that here, guys.
Not
You
an
got my
election
vote.
year.
That's
That's what makes it special. Because we will be voting that year. If you know what I mean.
Well, we are back and we are ready to D&D for you guys again. You guys ready to get into it?
No.
No.
Yes.
The last thing you remember was having drinks and celebrating your first victory as a group, or as the old man called you, the Guardians. You were swept away and now you appear to be floating in the void. White static is all around you, and yet your feet feel as if they are on solid ground. You are unable to define any shapes as there is nothingness all around you. All you can see is each other as you stand huddled together. As a bit of a confusion sets in, you begin to see a small form in the distance that seems to appear out of nowhere. As this form begins to make its way towards you, all of you begin to notice it is an old man, walking slowly and hunched over. He eventually makes his way over to you, and standing right in front of you, you all recognize him as the old man who appeared to you in your dreams a whole 2 episodes ago. His eyes gaze deep into yours as his focus shifts back and forth to each and every one of you. A smile quickly forms on his face as his appearance begins to change. Where an old man once stood, now stands a middle-aged human man wearing a blue suit. Sorry for the theatrics there, guys. The bosses like it when I, keep things mysterious. It's a pleasure meeting you all in person, and not just in your dreams. I know you've probably got 100 questions, so let me start by introducing myself. My name is Alfred. Yeah, sorry about the cough. Alfred's my name. I'll be your guide. How y'all doing?
Doing pretty good, Alfred.
Alfred.
That's my name. So, you guys wondering why you're here? I mean, most of the time around this time when I have a new group, they kind of just can't stop asking questions.
I mean, it's one of those things, and I like that suit. Where'd you get that suit from?
That's
it's my question. Where did the suit?
Standard issue wear for the observers.
Can I get one?
If you ever become an observer.
Well, I mean, we're working for you now. I just figured there might be some perks.
We'll see.
I look good in a suit. Just saying, I want a suit.
I'll talk to the bosses for you.
He's a dapper Dan.
So really, no questions, huh? You just you okay with just showing up?
What's next?
I like you.
The inquisitive, wonderful question of what's next. Really getting to the bottom of things here.
Well,
I don't waste time.
How about I just tell you guys? Normally this is like I said, it's where you kind of find out what's going on, and you guys did great on your last test. I mean, you really did well.
Did we? Because I remember almost dying.
I was.
Quite a few times.
The bosses were a little worried. Zinia, I think one of you almost died. So
that's why I need a new suit. I got burned off. So if you could go ahead and get me that suit.
There'll be plenty of time to get things that you need later on. But first, I want to say y'all did great. You passed your first quest.
Woo.
That's good. The bosses are very impressed with you guys. Like I said, I'm Alfred. I'm your guide through all of this. Okay? You guys are probably wondering what Guardians are, right?
I think Guardians, don't they protect things? It's kind of...
Bingo! We got a winner here, yeah.
I'm very smart.
Does he win a suit?
That's a good question.
Like I said, I'll talk to the bosses.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, y'all have been chosen to you're guardians. You're exactly, you're guardian people. Every so often the bosses have to choose some new guardians because well, you're replacing somebody. And well, I'm sure you can assume why you're replacing somebody.
TPK.
What?
Total party kill.
How would
Oh.
I know that?
Nerd. You don't know what TPK means? Gosh.
I know what KO. I don't know.
Total party knockout. But yeah. So y'all have been chosen every so many could be hundreds of years, thousands of years, or maybe they're not so good at guardians and it kind of comes a little quicker. But every so often, new guardians are chosen to pass on the mantle, and the bosses they're the ones who choose you. You're chosen for a very specific set of skills, and I mean, you never really know each other, so it's always a new group. You never know each other, and you kind of have to get to learn to work with each other. But they're like I said, they're impressed from your last quest. You really helped that little gnome out.
That we did. So,
In the words of a wise person I once knew, what's next?
All right. I'll just go ahead and move on. It's nice to see a young group who's actually excited about helping people, I guess. So let's begin. I'll tell you what's next. As he tells you that, you all begin to hover over a vast landscape. You feel the air flowing through your hair as you see the terrain pass at high speeds. You're not really too familiar with the landscape of this area, but it's kind of going by. You're hovering over it, but you're still like planted firmly in place. But it's like everything else is moving past you. And before we arrive, Johnny, what do you know of your grandfather?
Oh, I know a lot. He's a good guy. He was very talented miller, and he was a nice guy. He had his problems, but don't we all? I remember growing up with him, and he ate a bowl of ice cream every night, and to this day, if I smell vanilla, it's like, oh, Grampy Tuesday. That
are
was.
you making this up on the spot?
Let me
Do you know
roll a
this man at
deception,
all?
and that's a 5.
So what you're saying basically is you don't know anything about your grandfather.
How dare you? How dare you?
It's okay. You don't have to act tough in front of us.
Grumpy
secrets here.
Tuesday.
Grampy Tuesday is a great man, and he loved his ice cream.
Well, how about I show you a little something, Johnny? So as he says that, the scene kind of comes into focus where all this landscape was passing by. It finally kind of slows down, and you see yourself hovering over this small island, and you see just lots of people trying to pack up these boats with all their belongings. You see just terrified screams. You see people loading stuff up. They seem to be rushing, but you can't quite tell why. And then you see kind of just past that on the outskirts of the village, you see this this just gigantic pack of werewolves coming down this mountain, and you see this humanoid figure starting to just hold back this horde of werewolves with this giant sword, and he's just slashing and hacking away as he holds back all this horde of werewolves. And you see the people finally get in their boats and start to pull off of this small island as you see this dragonborn man begin to just be ripped apart by these werewolves.
Oh, Grampy Tuesday.
And he says, Alfred says, Johnny, see, that's your real grandfather right there. What you may not know about him, he was known as Medgar the Honorable.
His friends called him
Quite
Tuesday.
different.
His friends called him Tuesday.
But he was a guardian. So that is where your connection lies.
I thought it was just because I was really good.
That's part of the reason.
Fair. That's fair.
So, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's not every day you see your grandfather ripped to shreds. I'm a little thirsty. Could use it. You get any you got a water or?
Yeah, sure. He hands you a glass of water.
And then I throw it in his face.
Not the reaction I was expecting, but
Well,
I've seen worse.
What do you? I mean, you just showed my Grampy Tuesday getting ripped to shreds. So
listen, Johnny, I just wanted you to know.
Hey, screw you, buddy.
Where you come from.
You didn't even give
You
me a
should
suit.
feel honored
You
that
didn't
your
even give me a
grandfather
suit.
saved all those people.
Hey, I know my Grampy Tuesday. I was honored before this. I'm really doubling down on the Grampy Tuesday line. So that's
You remember your grandfather as you need to remember him.
With ice cream.
with ice cream.
with vanilla.
Whole Grampy Tuesday. And Turk, what of your parents?
I didn't know I had parents.
Spent a lot of time on that backstory.
I thought I just appeared.
Did you just appear here?
Born from the wind and rain.
Of the elements. I'm awesome.
Well, you did have parents, okay? They were, believe it or not, they were both guardians.
Ooh.
There were two guardians that fell in love, and they bore a child. And for fear of harm coming to this child, they took the young Turk and they placed her in an orphanage. That's you, by the way. Yeah. They wanted you to feel safe. And then the scene kind of changes to, you see two young guardians at sea. You see an elf man and a human woman. These are your parents. You see them at sea during a great storm. The two are in a mid-sized boat in the middle of a battle with a sea beast. It appears to be a deep-sea beholder. Rays are blasting from the large eye of the beholder as you see magic missiles and arrows flying from the ship. As the battle comes to an end, you see your parents' lifeless bodies floating in the water. Eventually, you see their bodies glow bright blue as their spirits are taken into the sky. The sea beholder watches, and you, Turk, can see this monster bellowing victoriously as he has, and you can see that he has this giant scar across his central eye that your father was able to give him before he died.
I don't know. I'm a little bitter about being in the orphanage. It was terrible.
Do you think they did the right thing?
No.
Well, I'm not your counselor. I'm just your guide here,
Well,
so
then
you
who
can deal
are
with that
you?
on your own.
Oh, you're just gonna drop that bomb on me and not talk about it?
Like I said, I'm just your guide. This is the boss's stuff, all right? I'm just here to show you this kind of stuff. But I got your father's and mother's name if you want that.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, your father was an elf man. His name is Borel.
Borat?
Borel.
Very nice.
Very Borel.
My dad.
And your mother, her name was Rosalind.
All right. Borat and Rosalind. Let's something to go off of.
And Varrock.
Hey, how much you want to bet you got someone who was a guardian?
Were they? Yeah.
Just lead with that.
You want to see where you fit in all of this?
I do.
All right. You die.
Oh.
The scene changes to an island, and there are village people scrambling to gather any belongings that they may have. You hear families crying and screaming at each other to hurry. Some are loading the small ships with provision. This barbarian village is being deserted in a hurry. You hear screams of, Varrock! Varrock, where are you? You see a young woman searching desperately. The woman begins to hear the cries of a small child coming from the base of the mountain in the center of the island. She screams, Varrock! And rushes towards you. Others try to stop her from running in that direction, but she breaks through. They yell at her to hurry. Just as she reaches the young Varrock, a loud howl is heard coming from up the mountain. The young woman looks up to see a horde of werewolves descend the mountain at a great pace. Young Varrock and his mother scream in fear as a werewolf leaps at them. As the wolf is midair, a blade cuts through it as a large figure appears and yells, Go! This humanoid begins to hold off the attacks of this enormous horde with amazing speed and strength as Varrock is carried by his mother and loaded into a boat. Every villager was able to make it off the island thanks to the efforts of this hero.
Was that Grampy Tuesday?
Your life was saved by Grampy Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
That is where you are connected.
All right.
Aw.
You can just owe me.
I think I do in some ways.
Maybe some ice cream.
I would not turn down some ice cream.
And I think y'all remember you had a fourth. As you can tell, she's not here with you today.
She
Very.
isn't?
I have a very low perception.
The
so-
three of you are standing here, and you realize that Zinia is, of course, not with you. He says, well, I kind of had a talk with her before I shared with you guys, and I'll just play it for you. And you see the scene kind of change. You see Alfred shows you a scene of Alfred and Zinia talking, and he is showing Zinia something. And the scene changes to a heavily wooded area. You see beautifully crafted elven homes and a thriving community. Then you hear a loud scream from a female elf coming from inside one of the homes, followed by the first cry of a newborn baby. The scene cuts to inside the home as you see a woman holding her newborn baby girl. She is comforting the newest elven member. You hear her say, "My dearest Zinia, my little flower." An elven man is beside her and saying, "My beautiful daughter." He's kind of has a gruffly voice. But she can't seem to make out the features of this man. He is completely blurry, and no matter how hard you see Zinia trying to focus in on him, she just can't. But you know that this is her father. Time moves forward as you see a young Zinia taking her first steps, and her father and mother shouting for joy. You still can't make out the father's features, still just a blur, but everything else is clear. Time moves forward again, and you see a possibly 5-year-old Zinia asleep in her bed as her parents are outside her room. And her mother is sobbing as her father is holding her close and telling her that it'll be okay. He says it is for the greater good. He grabs his provisions, gives a box to her mother, and says, "Give it to her when she is old enough." Then he leaves. Time moves forward several more times, and her mother is hardened with grief every passing year. Young Zinia retreats deeper into the woods each year to lose herself in her books, studying and studying the ways of a wizard, her father never returning. The scene goes back to white as you still see Alfred and Zinia talking, and Alfred tells her he was a guardian, and then Alfred gives her the box. "This is what he wanted you to have. Your mother never gave it to you." And you see her open the box, and you see this letter appear that Alfred shows you on, kind of in front of you, that you can read, and it says, "My dearest Zinia, I am sorry that I had to leave. Please know that it was for a noble cause. I can never come back, for your protection and your mother's. I placed a charm on you so you would not remember what I looked like, to spare you from looking for me. I don't want them coming after you. I have left you this ring of protection to help you if they ever get through me and I can't protect you. This world needs guardians, and it is now my burden to bear. Look after your mother and take care of her. I fear for her. Your father." And there's just kind of like a blurred signature. And it says on the bottom, "P.S. If you ever want to know who I am, this ring will guide you to me. If I am dead, it will guide you to the one who killed me." And then you'd see a scene where Zinia talks to Alfred, kind of yelling, and then she takes off. And he tells you that she has left to seek her father.
Oh gosh.
I wish her luck.
Alrighty.
Some
good
heavy
luck.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, she might be back, but I guess I probably should have told her something that I didn't tell her, which I should probably tell you guys as well. You know, just it's just a minor detail.
Is it?
You see, when you become guardians, like I said, it's a great responsibility. You obviously you're helping people, but well, there's a group that doesn't like guardians, and they tend to hunt them.
Oh.
You really buried the lead on this one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This is the part of the job I hate is letting you guys know that. So I kind of forgot to tell her that. She kind of left in a hurry. So I mean, if you guys ever see her again, or maybe come across her, let her know that. I mean, she's probably gonna find out the hard way
The
sooner or
hard way,
later.
right?
But yeah, can't tell you what they look like. They change every group. So we know what they looked like before, but now they change because we got new guardians. So they kind of change who they are. So
But
just
definitely being hunted.
just be on the lookout. Yeah, there might be some people who try to kill you
Oh,
because they don't like you.
I'm gonna
Good to know.
I'm gonna go look for Zenia's father with her.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I just feel like you could have done this whole thing in a better way, sir.
Yeah, like I said, it's the bosses. I just gave the message. Don't kill the messenger.
I've killed many messengers. So
Well, I mean, you could try, but you wouldn't kill me. But just letting you know that.
that suit give you good AC, huh?
Uh-huh.
So coming full circle, what's next?
Oh yeah. Well, you guys are guardians, so it's time to do guardian stuff, right?
I spin.
Oh,
His
yay.
signature move.
Come around.
I just thought of that. It was just I never have seen anyone do that before.
Never in my time. He says, so I'll take you to your next quest. How about that?
Let's do it.
We all jump in the air, freeze frame.
I ain't jump, but I'm still giving you
finger.
just suspicious
the
eyes.
stinkiest of eyes.
Well, thank you.
I'm just keeping an eye. You said to keep an eye on
Very true.
everything.
I actually in my adventures pack I have an eye,
Oh,
so I'm
So do
always
keep
keeping
it.
an eye,
Please keep it.
literally.
just in case I need it.
Good to know.
You never know.
I have a feather. It's green.
All right, so let's get started, shall we? The scene changes, and now you guys have your feet firmly planted on the ground, and you appear in this small village. It is an island village. You find yourself in the middle of the square. There is a well in the middle, and there's kind of buildings surround you. And Alfred says, "Welcome to Bluesquid Village. It's a peaceful fishing village on an island here between the Sword Coast and Chult. Well, it's normally pretty peaceful. Things have been getting pretty weird lately. I've got your quests from the bosses. They said that how do you pronounce this? X-O-T-T. Oh yeah, Zodanork. You ever heard of that guy?
Huh.
No. Okay, yeah, me neither. I'm just
How do you
I'm just
spell
reading this.
Zodanork, you
yeah,
said?
X-
I know him.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah.
We
It's
go-
it's
we go way back.
XOTTENORC.
O-R-C.
Yeah,
Oh,
that guy.
that guy.
Yeah.
See, my bosses should really tell me how to pronounce these things before they just give me the assignments. Anyways, he says, yeah, Zodanork has awakened the ancient arcane connection in this area.
Typical Zodanork.
I know. And the influence of the infinite cosmos has begun to seep into the waters surrounding this village. Basically, the bosses, they want you to figure out how to prevent this leak of evil magic and stop Zodanork and help the people of this village in any way you can. Got it? Okay, good. See you later.
Bye.
And with that, his body just kind of turns blue pixelations and just vanishes.
Good
I
riddance.
I look at the well and then I'm like, hey, Varrock,
Mm-hmm.
we could probably help him out if we maybe did a wish at the well. What do
You
you
think that might do it?
I mean,
I've got a really expensive gold coin.
you should
toss.
you gotta. I mean, remember you gotta turn your back
right
to the well,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
Is it?
I say go for it.
Everyone plug your ears.
It worked out well for us last time. Little beginner's luck. I tell you what,
Mhm.
you do it to start. When we succeed, I'll
You'll
make
throw
a-
one in
I'll
also?
yeah, why not? Sure.
It could be a good bookend. All right, I turn around and I take out a gold coin.
And I'm so ready to roll. For
So you're going to
sleight of
toss it
hand.
in like
And,
a wish
and
into
I
the
toss
well.
it in. Mm-hmm.
And what are you going to do?
I'm gonna real quick grab that coin out of the air behind his back.
Roll a deception.
Is
Or
it
sleight of
dece-
hand, sorry, sleight of hand,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Oh boy. 17 plus 4.
You sneakily swipe the coin out of the air when he's not looking and are able
Do
to
I
distract
see
him.
this?
No, you do not see that.
And I pat him on the back. And I'm like, thanks. I feel
Yeah,
better.
I do
feel
too.
better.
I think that was a good luck
That was
thing
a
that we
good,
did
good
last
call.
time.
Good call.
Good call on your part to do that again.
Hey, just looking out for everybody.
Thank you.
Varrock, roll a perception check.
Oh, come on.
That's gonna be a 6.
A 6? Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
You think you hear a plop in the water from the coin. So
I vaguely remember it.
yeah,
Okay.
you vaguely remember a
Yeah.
plop in the water.
I'm
but
like, that's a deep well. All
your
right.
hearing's not so good right now.
Yeah.
And then I just I look around the town square to see like if there's anything.
Hey everyone listening to this podcast, it's me again, Corey, your Dungeon Master. Thank you guys so much for listening again to another episode. Sorry it's taken us so long to get another episode out. I know it's been a while. We just had some problems, and no matter how many times we recorded and sat down and tried to figure this out, we just kept having technical problem after technical problem, and it became pretty annoying. But we finally got it done, and so we are releasing this episode now, and we are playing through an adventure called Reef of Madness, brought to you by Goblin Ink Press. You can find out about these guys at facebook.com/Goblin Ink Press. And when we're done playing through Reef of Madness, make sure you go to Goblin Ink Press and let them know how much you enjoyed it. And don't forget, you can also download the adventure from DM's Guild and run it for your own party. You know, maybe they'll enjoy playing Reef of Madness. So yeah, we're going to actually be in Reef of Madness for a while. So it could be 4, 5, 6 episodes, depending on where the players go. I know this part that we just got done recording is going to be a 3-part episode, and then we're going to still be in Reef of Madness after that, because this is a little bit longer than a normal one-shot, but it was a lot of fun, and we want to go ahead and take these players all the way through it. You know how this goes. They could make some choices where it makes it a little shorter, or they could be stuck here for a little while. But either way, Reef of Madness is really cool, and we're excited to be playing through it. And we're excited to actually be back, putting out regularly scheduled episodes. So this episode is out today, and then in 2 weeks we'll have another episode releasing, and then every other Wednesday after that. We're going to try eventually to throw in occasional off-week episodes of just some little fun one-shots or something like that. But, we all have busy schedules, and we're going to see if we can make that happen. But for now, we're glad that we're back putting out these episodes, and we hope you guys enjoy Reef of Madness. Sure, you want to roll like a perception check, just kind of see what's going on? Sure, do that.
I can't see it.
17.
17.
Okay, yeah. So you see just people kind of going back and forth. It's the middle of the day. Now, typically, this is the time of the Lantern Festival. So everyone is kind of getting ready for the Lantern Festival when there's normally a lot of like celebration going on, and there's normally a lot more celebration. But this year it's a little more tame. There's a little bit more kind of a heaviness in the air. You see just a lot of people kind of walking back and forth, going from shop to shop. You see people still preparing lanterns. They just don't seem as joyous as they normally do. You see one man running down the street. You just see him just scratching at his skin, and he just you just hear him saying, "Oh, the dang minnows, the minnows, the minnows," as he just walks past you.
What?
But outside of that, it looks just like a normal village. You see shops, you
Just
see
the
an inn.
guy.
Just,
What are you gonna do with that?
yeah.
The minnows.
What minnows?
This guy is out of
Is he gone?
range now. Yeah.
Too far.
But yeah, you see, like I said, you see an inn, you see a kind of a pub, kind of just to the north of you guys. You see a couple shops to the left with some shop hands selling some like veggies and fruits and things like that.
Let's go get
and-
some fruit.
I was gonna say, let's go to the pub and talk to people.
Yeah, I was gonna do that.
Guess to
too,
each his
yeah.
own.
I'm a vegetarian.
Let's go get some veggies.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
We're
We're
gonna
going-
get
we're
some
going-
fruit,
we're going to
and
the
then
fruit
we'll
stand.
and then we're gonna go to the pub. It's gonna be a good day.
So where you
Farmers
guys going
market.
first?
Farmers
market.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. You come up to the market. You see a young lady. She human selling some fruit. She's like, "Oh, hello, we have visitors. What can I get for you?
Is she Irish?
Everybody here is from a different land."
Is she a leprechaun?
No.
Got any peaches?
No peaches. Sorry.
What about an apple?
I've got plenty of apples. Yes, I do.
I'd like to buy an apple, please.
Sure, that will be 1 silver piece.
I give her the silver piece.
She throws you a red delicious.
I snatch it
I
in my
will-
mouth and I
Damn.
take a giant bite out of it and I say, "What's the deal around here? Why is everyone looking so sad?"
Well, it's just been a weird year. Many of the fishermen are very angry this year. They have not been able to get much of their daily quota for the fishing, and a lot of their nets have been destroyed. And it's just a rough time for our village. And there's been some just strange behavior going on.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Would you say there's something fishy going on?
I would say that.
I'll show myself up.
Night, everybody.
Well, I mean, I'm a. The sea is my mistress.
She's a cold mistress.
She's a fickle one. You know any? Who's running the docks around here?
Oh, that would be fish. Oh, no. Sorry, people get confused. That's his name. Fish.
Fish.
Fish manger.
Is that fish manger? Huh?
Yes. He's the
can't
guy
do that.
he's the guy in charge of Bluesquid Village.
Where's he at?
Oh, he's down by the docks right now. They're getting
he-
ready for the lighting of the lanterns.
Mm.
Man, his parents really pigeonhole him.
He was gonna go to law school, and they were not gonna have that.
No. Fish.
Fish.
He's one of the last elders of this town.
Yeah.
Oh.
Should we go talk to Fish?
Manger.
I can't do
Is his brother? Does his brother work in dairy? Is his name Milk?
I don't think he has a brother, to be honest.
Oh, I knew a Milk Manger. Good guy.
Not weird at all.
But have you met his son Squeesh? Why I don't understand why everyone laughs at this.
Fish and Squeesh. Alrighty. Should we go bait Fish for some info?
Let's. Oh, okay. Let's. Yeah. Do we? Yeah.
I need a moment.
So, you guys gonna go to the docks then? Or?
I want a dragon fruit.
That's very specific. Yes, I do have a dragon fruit actually. That'll be 2 silver pieces if you'd like it.
Here you go, lady.
Pretty lady.
She's like, I'll have to go to the back to get it. Give me 1 second.
While she
And
goes
she-
to the back, I steal an apple.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
I don't have to
Why?
because I am a pirate, and pirates can get away with doing minor illegal activities that no one will report because I'm a pirate.
Ah, crap, you do have that, don't you?
Yes, indeed.
But if you do too many of them.
I'm only doing the one. I just want
Okay.
the one apple.
All right, yeah, you
And-
succeed on the 1 apple. She comes back with dragon fruit. She says, "Here you go, dear."
Thank
and
you.
she gives it to you.
And then we walk to the docks.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you guys are walking to the docks. As you head towards the direction, I'm assuming, I guess you know where the docks are?
You're a pirate.
water?
You should
Yeah.
know where the dock is.
This is a village surrounded by water.
Okay, so it's an island.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I look
You just gotta look to the
masts.
closest water.
Yeah, I'm a pirate. Look,
The sea calls to
The
you.
sea,
you
Yeah,
know.
I
stay
just-
away from the sea.
yeah.
All right, you walk towards the direction where you.
It's I smell the docks, and it's like the cartoons when like the little pie, the
yeah,
person
it
smells it,
just
and I'm
through the air.
floating.
Okay.
Just yeah.
All right, so you head towards that direction. You follow your nose. As you are heading towards the docks, you pass several groups of like villagers. You see some like fishermen mending nets. You hear him. You overhear some conversation. You hear one guy say, "That beast had 3 claws, each as large as an anchor." You hear some villagers talking. You say, one of them says, "It had golden skin and ruby eyes. I've seen it. If anyone could capture that, I'm sure they'd be rich." As you go a little further,
My
you
ears
hear
perk.
your ears perk. As you go a little further, you hear another group of fishermen say, "What sort of creature spawns with that many eyes? Oh, the horror!" Just past that, you see a very strange sight. You see a human lady, and she is walking something on a leash. But when you see what she is walking, you see a small child on all fours, kind of barking like a dog as they go down the street. And you see this lady; she's just continually staring up in the sky, not looking where she's going, but being led by this small child.
WTF.
Is the child on the leash?
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
And so you go a little further, and you begin to see the docks in the distance. You see the ships on the sail. You see a whole bunch of people kind of on the coast right there, where the ships are all in dock into the harbor. And you see them all lighting these lanterns as nightfall is about to begin. And you see some of the lanterns kind of floating up and going into the sky, but they're still not as cheerful as they normally are. You hear a few cheers here and there, and you hear a few people just as the lanterns go in the sky.
That's so sad.
But as you get closer to this, you get up to where all the people are. And as the festival winds down, a man by the name of Fishmonger stands up and he says, "Are there no brave souls left in Bluesquid Village? This creature stands to ruin our livelihoods. Who will take down this horrid beast?" And you see a small group of like drunken people going, I'll do it. Yeah, he's smacking him on the back. Another guy says, "Oh, I'll go too. We'll kill the creature." And you hear a few shouts and cheers, and but you look upon the sad sight of just drunken fishermen kind of stumbling over, and you see Fish up on this dock, just kind of like shaking his head with his head in his hands.
Should we volunteer?
I think we should. I think we should walk up there and
I think we should let this play out. Let's
Let
just
it play.
see how it goes. Get some
I
information.
don't want innocent people, regardless
I
of
don't, it
whether
doesn't
they're
sound like he's
intoxicated
even
or
gonna
not.
send him off. Like it sounds like he knows.
And you
that
hear
they
Fish.
can't do it.
What are they wearing? The drunkards?
Just you could tell a couple of them are wearing like what a
Like
fisherman wear.
sailor. Or
Not
fish-
like
okay.
sailor. They're more fishermen.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
All right, let's go.
I volunteer as tribute.
You volunteer as tribute. So okay, so you're gonna go up talk to Fish.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Before you guys go up to Fish, I need you all to go ahead and make. I'll let you choose. You can either do a wisdom or a charisma saving throw.
Oh, going charisma.
Wisdom for sure. All right. 14.
I got a 9, so I
9?
got the same score.
I got
Or wait. Dang it. They don't know that.
Through the magic of editing, we may have redone this part.
I got a 9.
I got a 4 plus 6, so 10.
So 10. You got a 9, Turk.
See?
Okay, Turk. I need you to roll
Oh, man.
roll me a D100.
Oh.
Fish, why you gotta do that?
Oh, this ain't Fish.
41.
41.
Oh, boy.
All right, for the next 10 minutes, you begin babbling and are incapable of normal speech or spellcasting.
The
I don't notice anything different.
minnows.
So, Turk, yeah, for at least 10 minutes, or until I say it's been 10 minutes, you are now just babbling and just saying random things, and you
Gosh.
are unable to cast any spells, which I don't think you have any spells anyways. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, you all are heading up to Fish. You notice that your friend here all of a sudden begins to just
Hey, Macarena.
say weird and random things.
I take the apple and just like stick it in her mouth. Eat the apple. It's fine.
So as you get closer up to Fish and the group of drunken sailors, you notice that he just still shaking his head. He's like, "Okay, well, I guess this is the best that we got. No one else is deciding to help, huh? So, all right, you guys, let's form a party."
I walk up to him and I'm like, Fish, long time no see. How you been?
I don't think I know you guys.
Well, come on. You can. How would I know your name was Fish?
Everyone knows my name is old Fish Manger because I'm the elder of this town.
Okay. Ignore.
Wait, did you see my sister? Did she send you over here? Oh, Becky.
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 Jeesh.
Oh, that's my son.
What's going on?
There's something out there in the waters we can't fish. It's destroying our nets. It's destroying some of our boats, and no one's gotten a good look at it. But it's really bad on our town. Ever since that thing got here, people have been going a little mad, a little crazy, and
I
I just don't know what's going on.
I side-eye Turk when he says it's a little crazy.
And then I'm like,
We know what you mean.
We've seen
Firsthand.
similar things. I do like the obvious head shake over to Turk.
And he asks you guys, so are you guys here for the festival? We've seen a lot of boats coming in. Are you guys from those fancy boats that came in the other night?
Am I dressed fancily?
You're not, but he's asking if you came on the fancy boat.
We didn't come in on the fancy ones. We came in on the normal looking ones. But yeah, we're here for the festival, and
No, we're not.
oh,
Can I talk yet?
Nope.
We're here for a festival. Fish, give us a moment.
As you guys sidebar.
Oh, wait, you want to do what?
Dirt.
Very insightful. I thought, are we volunteering to help, or are we just here to party?
no, we're gonna volunteer to help.
Oh, then why are we here for?
That's why we're in this town.
You know what? We should have asked Alfred, or what was his
Mhm.
name?
Mhm.
Alfred.
Mhm.
If we're allowed to tell people we're guardians,
I would guess no.
you would guess no.
I think we don't want that. Which is why I was like, oh, we're here for the festival. But yeah, we'll help you.
All right, good. All right. Same page.
Okay, got
Okay.
it. 3.
We're here for
go.
the 3,
2, 1.
Same page. We're here for the festival.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's normally a kicker, but things have been a little weird this year, as I'm sure you've noticed. But yeah, Bluesquid Village, we're known for our festivals.
I know that I've come every year. I've come here every year, and I did notice it's a little down this year.
Mm-hmm.
So
if you guys don't mind, I'm forming a party here to go and find out what this thing is, so we can maybe get rid of it.
yeah, obviously.
I think we can help with that. Yeah.
I mean, look at us. Don't look at that one over there.
Look at
Derp, derp,
2/3
derp.
of us.
Look at 60%, 66% is pretty good odds.
So you guys want to help us out?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Listen,
look
anything to get it back to the Ragers that it used to be.
Oh boy!
Those-
Oh, we
fond
can use all the
memories.
help we
The-
can get, fellas.
the first festival I went to,
And ma'am.
was, you just ignore her for now.
Is she okay?
She'll be
Oh, yeah.
fine. She started partying on the way
Ever
over.
since the accident,
Oh.
this happens.
But yeah, no, we want to party.
It's been
hardy.
about 10 minutes.
Hey.
She's still just completely
Out of it.
insane. It's fine.
This was my idea to go hunt the fish. Fish.
Oh, it's a fish? It's a fish that's attacking us?
If it's in the sea, it's a fish. All squares are rectangles,
assuming.
not all, you know.
Well, that's what we want to find out. So if you want to help, I mean,
You say fish, I say fish.
we plan on leaving in the morning.
Why wait?
Oh, I like that. Well, I tell you what, I got a couple boats that y'all can use. I mean, it really only fits about a couple people each, but y'all three of you might be able to fit on that.
I'm very good on the water.
Oh, all right. Well, shoot. Yeah, y'all take any boat you want right there. Any of those three.
Do you have a favorite?
I'm kind of kin to the middle one.
That's mine now.
You mean you want to borrow that one?
I step on the boat and I'm like, I tell him, look at me. I'm the captain now.
Roll an intimidation.
That's a 16 plus 4 is a 20.
He's going to contest it. That is a 17 plus a 2. So he's like, I like your gusto. I tell you what, if y'all can figure out what this is, you know what? I'll let you keep the boat.
Yes, this is a lot better than I expected.
I nudge you, and I'm like, you'd be nice.
Anything to get rid of what's causing my people here to be sad this year. And as he says that, behind you, you hear a loud scream of just some old lady walking down the street, just screaming at a rock in the middle of the street.
Relate. I've been there. Not too long ago.
So I guess we head out. Do we have everything we need?
You know.
The boat's stocked, right?
This boat's not stocked right now. No, everyone kind of came in and.
Why would you pick a favorite boat that's not stocked?
Well, I mean, no one's been going out fishing. All their stuff's been destroyed. They're all getting mended in town.
Well, we're not going fishing. We're going catching.
Well, do you need some nets or something? I got some back in town.
Are you serious? Do we need nets?
Well, you said you're going fishing. I mean, I don't know.
No. I said we're not going fishing.
Oh,
We're gonna go killing.
gotcha. Well, I mean, the boat's there.
I've got
There's
my
no food or
food.
nothing in there, but
There's no food. How long are we gonna be gone? How far out is it?
I don't know how long you're going to be gone. I'm just letting you know.
You are the
Uh,
worst party planner.
I'm disappointed in you, fish.
It's not that far out. There's another tiny little reef over there. There's just some rocks and a little tiny island looking thing. It's not that far. It's take a few hours to paddle out there.
Are the cannons on the ship loaded?
There are no cannons. It's a fisherman's boat.
That might have solved the problem in the first
Would
place.
have been a lot easier if there were.
Well, I've got my killing tools with me. So
I mean, is there rope on the boat?
Oh, there's plenty of rope on the boat.
I think we just need nets, maybe.
We need some nets. Fish.
Yeah.
You want to get me those nets, don't you?
Yeah. I'll be right back.
You're the best.
He
fish.
runs real quick to go grab some nets, and I need you all to go ahead and make either a wisdom or charisma saving throw.
Jump out of the way.
Oh, I think this is a how long we stay there kind of thing. Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah.
It's a 3 plus 6 is
13.
9.
Oh, heck yes. I got a 17.
So I'm rolling a D100, right?
I'm not stupid.
Yeah, you're rolling a D100, please.
37.
Ooh, 37. All right, you become frightened and must use your action and movement each round to flee from the source of fear.
All right, yeah.
All right, so Fish comes back a couple minutes later.
I run behind the mast and hide.
Oh, you're scared of Fish, huh?
Here, just give me those nets.
All right, he gives you the nets. He says, good luck. Yeah, just head out there to the reef. You'll see it. There's a big stone obelisk that's kind of in the middle there. You'll notice it. He's just a couple hours paddle out. He said, I really appreciate it. I'm going to get back to these people and we're going to figure this out.
Alrighty.
So nobody else is coming on any other boats? This is just an us.
You
type
you
of
see
thing.
the drunk people trying to load the boat next to you,
Mhm.
but they're having a
But
bit
you
of a hard
shouldn't-
time.
You shouldn't drink and sail.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I didn't know you were a member of SAD, Sailors Against Drunk Driving.
mm-hmm.
All right, let's go.
All right, yeah. So you guys paddling out?
I
I'm
give.
assuming.
I'm not.
I
You're too
give.
scared of the water.
I'm terrified. I'm hugging the mast, crying.
I give Johnny a pat on the back, and I say they there.
I'm scared. I scream in fear and run away from her.
All right. So while Johnny is kind of just like freaking out over everything, Varrock and Turk, you just got your little oars and you're just kind of paddling out.
And you head out to see what awaits you. Thanks for listening to this episode of Homebrew Adventures. Don't forget you can follow us on all our social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at HBA The Podcast. You can also check out our website, hbapodcast.com, and you can always email us your adventures at hbapodcast@gmail.com.